within a matter of hours, Rebekah Vardy and Coleen Rooney will finally find out the judgment of their high-profile Wagatha Christie legal battle. Today, at 12 noon, the judgment in Vardy v Rooney case will be handed down, providing a conclusion to the almost 3-year-long saga between the two stars. The hand-down will be taking place remotely, nothing will happen in court. It's believed the judgment will only be given to both parties minutes before it is made public due to fears of the result being leaked. Judge Mrs. Justice Stein will provide long-anticipated vindication for either mum of 4 Coleen, 36, or fellow wag Rebekah, 40, who sued her for libel after Coleen accused her of being behind leaked stories to the press. In a now-famous post, Coleen used social media in October 2019 to accuse Jamie Vardy's wife's account of selling stories from her private Instagram account to the tabloids, something Rebekah has always vehemently denied. The libel battle between footballers' wives played out over 7 days at the High Court in London in May, with a number of dramatic revelations heard. 09:27 Zoe Delaney. The false stories at the center of the trial. Coleen claims to have uploaded multiple false stories to her private Instagram account during a months-long sting operation to discover who had been leaking stories about her private life to the press. The fake stories were discussed in court, including a post about a so-called gender selection treatment on April 8, 2019. The post featured a snap of the back seat of a plane overlaid with the text "Let's go and see what this gender selection is all about." Coleen alleges that the invented post was marked on Instagram as seen only by Rebekah's account, with her lawyers providing a screen grab to the High Court. In August that year, The Sun published an article claiming Mrs. Rooney traveled to Mexico to look into the treatment. The story was headlined "Calls Baby Girl Bid." Coleen Rooney traveled to Mexico to look into £8,000 gender selection treatment in desperate bid to have baby girl. The article, referring to a source and pals, alleged Coleen is so desperate for her 5th baby to be a girl that she wants to hear more about a process in which doctors examine embryos in a lab before implanting only those of the desired gender back into the womb. 09:05 Zoe Delaney. The infamous original Wagatha Christie post. Coleen posted her explosive tweet that ignited the libel battle on October 9, 2019. It read, "This has been a burden in my life for a few years now and finally I have got to the bottom of it. For a few years now someone I trusted to follow me on my personal Instagram account has been consistently informing the Sun newspaper of my private posts and stories. There has been so much information given to them about me, my friends and my family, all without my permission or knowledge. After a long time of trying to figure out who it could be, for various reasons, I had a suspicion. After a long time trying to figure out who it could be, for various reasons, I had a suspicion. To try and prove this, I came up with an idea. I blocked everyone from viewing my Instagram stories except one account. Those on my private account must have been wondering why I haven't had stories on there for a while. Over the past 5 months I have posted a series of false stories if they made their way into the Sun newspaper. And you know what, they did. The story about gender selection in Mexico, the story about returning to TV and then the latest story about the basement flooding in my new house. It's been tough keeping it to myself and not making any comment at all, especially when the stories have been leaked, however I had to. Now I know for certain which account/individual it's come from. I have saved and screenshotted all the original stories which clearly show just one person has viewed them. It's Rebekah Vardy's account. Shortly afterwards, Rebekah Vardy put a statement on her Instagram page in response, strongly denying the claims. 08:53 Zoe Delaney Coleen spotted as Wagatha judgment looms. Coleen was pictured without her wedding ring on Thursday morning, as it was revealed the Wagatha Christie judgment will be delivered today. Snapped running errands near her Cheshire home, the mum of four was seen wearing the same foot boot she wore throughout the court case in May to protect her from the injured leg she suffered as a result of a nasty fall. The Liverpool-born star was without her wedding ring on her left hand, just hours after she enjoyed an evening out with husband Wayne and their 4 sons. Coleen and her family were pictured leaving Wing's Chinese restaurant in Manchester city centre on Wednesday night, with the wag even seen taking a doggy bag home with her. 08:39 Zoe Delaney Wayne vs Jamie. Former England teammates Wayne and Jamie both supported their wives throughout the trial, accompanying them to the High Court each day. The husbands had a chance to have their say over a disputed conversation during the Euros 2016, after Wayne claimed in court he was told to tell Jamie's wife to calm down. Wayne detailed his alleged conversation with Jamie regarding Rebekah and said, "It was awkward for me to have to speak to a teammate regarding his wife." He had agreed there were a lot of made-up stories about players and their partners in the press but said, "I know I spoke to Jamie 100%. The former footballer, who said he was asked by the England manager to talk to Jamie, added, "Whether he goes on to give that information to his wife, that's entirely his choice, but that's not down to me." However, both Rebekah and Jamie denied the conversation ever took place. Jamie later claimed Wayne was talking nonsense and explained, "He must be confused because he never spoke to me about issues concerning Becky's media work at Euro 2016. There was nothing to speak about. I know this because I discuss everything with Becky." 08:31 Zoe Delaney Rebekah feared losing her baby. The explosive trial heard about the emotional impact the legal case had on both women. Rebekah was pregnant with daughter Olivia Grace when Coleen made her now infamous social media post in October 2019. She spoke during the trial of suffering from panic attacks and anxiety after her Instagram account was first accused of leaking stories to the press. Rebekah explained her emotional state at the time she was exporting messages for the trial, during which she claims many were inadvertently deleted. She said, "I wasn't very well, I was having constant panic attacks, anxiety, I was scared I was going to lose my baby." 08:24 Zoe Delaney Coleen became a different mother and wife during the explosive trial in May. Wayne told the court his wife had become a different mother and wife since October 2019 and that the legal process had been traumatic. The former Manchester United player explained, "I don't think anyone wants to be in court. For me and my wife, we don't want to be in court. I certainly don't. I don't think my wife wants to be in that situation. I have watched my wife over the last 2.5 years really struggle with what's going on. She has become a different mother, a different wife. It's been traumatic for my wife throughout the situation, and hopefully whatever the judgment is in this case, myself, my wife and our children can go on and live our lives because it's not something we want to be part of." 08:16 Zoe Delaney Coleen and Rebekah to be given verdict minutes before public. Coleen and Rebekah will reportedly only hear the judgment minutes before the public due to fears of it being leaked. Both parties will be given a few minutes to prepare their statements before the rest of the nation also learn which wag has won the high-profile legal battle. Legal sources have revealed that the amount of time given ahead of the announcement is at the behest of the judge and feels the late reveal would mean that temptation to share the result will be removed. The source said, in most cases the parties, or at least their lawyers, are given an early heads-up before the result. It could be from 24 hours to as much as a week in advance. It's totally at the judge's discretion but allows those involved to consider their legal position, especially in a high-profile case like this. On this occasion that has been totally denied. 08:07 Zoe Delaney court bombshells that gripped the nation. The libel battle between Coleen and Rebekah played out over 7 days at the High Court in London in May, with a number of dramatic revelations heard and rocking the world of showbiz. Celebrity names such as Peter Andre and the late Sarah Harding were discussed during proceedings, alongside intimate details of Wayne and Coleen's marriage over the years being exposed. When giving evidence, Coleen told the court how she and Wayne temporarily split in 2017, shortly after the former England captain was stopped by police for drink driving with partygoer Laura Simpson in Cheshire. Discussing the impact of a leaked picture of herself and Wayne at home together, taken during the split, Coleen admitted the articles surrounding her marriage impacted their relationship. Giving evidence, she said, with the Pajama Post, at the time there had been a situation which was wrongdoing by my husband, but I was in a vulnerable situation. I didn't know how my marriage was going to work out. I didn't know what was going on in that relationship, so we agreed to work things out. I had not settled on this. Is it that we are getting back together? At this time there was speculation I was back at the house as I was spending a lot of time at my parents' house. On day 1 of the trial, Rebekah was immediately quizzed about past comments she made about her sexual encounter with Peter Andre to a newspaper. She spoke to the News of the World about having had sex with Peter Andre, and the court heard how she said in the 2004 story that he was hung like a miniature chipolata. Rebekah said the mysterious girl singer had shaved all the hair off his body and drooled like a slobbery dog when he kissed her. The wag told how she had sex with Andre while she was married to her ex-husband and said it was something she deeply regretted. Since then, Peter spoke out about the article and the comments being brought up again after 18 years. You've got to understand, what's even worse is it's brought up in a high court, and the lawyer is bringing it up. And it's brought up again. And the only one that sits there and takes hit after hit about it is me, he said on social media at the time.